What's up, everybody? Raheem Muscali here through Sportstalk. Good Sunday morning. Hopes that you are all doing well on this glorious day. Yesterday was a mirror day, so just like last year, we sat back to observe my daughter and her birthday, which just turned 12. So happy birthday, baby girl. Anyways, today is July 31st, 2022, and this is the last day of the YouTube-only week. Thank you for bearing with us. There's been a lot of hectic stuff, a lot of things going on in my life personally. With family passing away, things like that. Just a lot of hectic bull crap, and glad that we're starting to get towards the end of it. Anyway, we got one more blazing summer month to go until all this good weather goes somewhere, and then we'll be missing it for real. So before that happens, we're going to start you off with episode 405. And the Seattle Mariners acquire Cincinnati Reds' Luis Castillo in a trade, as Luis Castillo is the number one name as far as who was left that moves could be made for on the trade deadline. So he is now Seattle Mariner. Seattle's been doing great. I think this type of move brings them to the playoffs this year. I can't say anything more than that. Liverpool tops Manchester City to win the Community Shield. So a little tap of the clappy hands for Liverpool. Ryan Kerrigan's retirement from the Washington Commanders marks the end of an era. Boy, was he a great pass rusher, always getting to the quarterback. Somebody whom I felt like it was a great Hall of Fame, maybe not. That might be a little bit grand. But I feel like Ryan Kerrigan was always really good. Now moving on to somebody else who was very good, Xavier Booker. The fast rising power forward commits to Michigan State, where he will play his basketball. He's up there in talent with Carlos Boozer's son. He's not quite him, but this is definitely somebody to keep your eyes on as far as who's going to be the new face of the NBA once LeBron leaves. Booker might be a little bit down the road, though, so you never know. Robert Saleh, the Jets head coach, says he is concerned for the new protective shells that are being put around the NFL helmets. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to preseason or practices lately, and if you've seen your team with those things over their helmets, that's kind of like what that means. They're protecting. They're protecting the head, CTE and everything that they study. They want that to. They really are about players' safety. He says he thinks because of the soft blows that guys are leading with their helmets a bit more, whether it's natural or unnatural, it's still a concern to him. Speaking of Robert Saleh, and this is back when he played for San Fran, and he's built what they have over there defensively. Niners defensive tackle Maurice Hurst tore his biceps in practice yesterday and will require season-ending surgery. This comes after Arik Armstead was sidelined for a few weeks with a sprained knee, announced the day before. Head coach Kyle Shanahan says also that Hassan Ridgeway is to miss 5 weeks with a quad injury. So that defensive line group for the San Francisco 49ers really taking a hit there with these injuries. Anyway, and that's it for the news. We are talking NCAA football now as we continue our looks into the passers. Today I'm starting with Grayson McCall, quarterback from Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina did pretty good these last couple of years. Coming up in the football scene, the AP Top 25 twice. Maybe a couple more times than that, especially last year. But Coastal Carolina can hold their own against pretty much everybody. Except Bama. This guy is a magician of sorts. The tight window throws this guy makes looks easy. Definitely a guy I suggest that you watch his highlight tapes, most definitely. The 21-year-old quarterback was born December 13th, 2000 in Indian Trail, North Carolina. At the age of 12, McCall joined a traveling Little League All-Star baseball team that played in a televised tournament in Cooperstown, New York. McCall decided to quit baseball before high school, and attending Porter Ridge High in Indian Trail, North Carolina is when he really found football as his calling. During his school career, he passed for 3,863 yards, 34 touchdowns, and rushed for 3,003 yards and 41 scores. He was listed as a two-star recruit and the 289th player coming out of high school in the class of 2019. He committed to Coastal Carolina University on December 19, 2018 to play college football over offers from Army, Chattanooga, Eastern Kentucky, and Gardner-Webb. McCall played in 2 games in his first year at Coastal Carolina in 2019 and took a red shirt, which is kind of smart. He completed all 4 of his pass attempts for 25 yards and 1 touchdown. Wow. He came out there for a drive, showed him what he could do. He became the team's starting quarterback in 2020. As a freshman during the 2020 NCAA football season, Grayson McCall made a name for himself by leading the last place projected CC football team to its first ever undefeated regular season. First appearance on the AP and coaches poll, peaking at number 12. As I alluded to earlier, these guys were very hot last year. First ever Sun Belt Conference Championship, as well as their first ever bowl game appearance in 2020, the Cure Bowl, where they suffered their only loss on the season. Starting all 12 games, McCall led Coastal Carolina to wins in big matchups between undefeated teams against Louisiana and BYU. The latter game is considered to be the biggest win in program history and was nicknamed Mormons vs. the Mullets, which is got a kind of like a ring to it. After the conclusion of the 2020 season, McCall was named the Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year, Sun Belt Freshman Player of the Year, and received first-team All-Sun Belt honors and nominations for the Davey O'Brien Award, which is the best quarterback, and the Manning Award, which is something that's like kind of fairly new. So what do we have? So he had two seasons, 2020, 2021, where he was really racking up the stats. 27 touchdowns, 3 picks last year. The year before he did 26 and 3 picks. So this guy's pretty accurate, makes good decisions with the football. It's something you love to see. So far in his career, he's got 5,386 passing yards. He's averaging 10.9 a pass, 54 tuds, 6 picks, and he has 11 rushing touchdowns as well. I think this guy stays in school this year. I think this year will depend on what Grayson McCall does, and the other factors that will play into that will be the other passers that are coming out of the college ranks to go to the NFL draft. Anyway, that's it for the NCAA football section. That was Grayson McCall, quarterback for Coastal Carolina University. If you want to learn more about them, go check them out on Coastal Carolina, the college's website, Wikipedia, ESPN, anywhere you want to grab information from to look them up. They're definitely a program that is on the rise. Let's talk Major League Baseball. I have Milwaukee over Boston 9-4, Tampa Bay over Cleveland 6-4, Yankees over Kansas City Royals 8-2, Toronto 5, Detroit 3, Mets 4, Miami nothing, Cincy 8, Baltimore 2, Seattle 5, Houston 4, Minnesota 7, San Diego 4, Philly 2, Pittsburgh 1, Washington 7, St. Louis 6, Atlanta 6, Arizona 2, Colorado 5, Los Angeles Dodgers 3, San Fran 5, Chicago Cubs 4, and the Los Angeles Angels over Texas Rangers 9-7. That's it for the MLB. Let's talk WNBA. 2 games really quickly. We have Seattle over Washington 82-77 and Dallas over Atlanta 81-68. And in the PGA Rocket Mortgage Classic with a 2 p.m. tee time today, Tony Finau's -4 and leads everyone in the field. Finau's been doing great lately. It's not going to be a surprise to me if he wins this tournament, honestly. And yeah, so this is episode 405 of 4-3 Sports Talk. Thank you very much for your continued support of the show. We love you all and wish you nothing but health, wealth, and success. And we'll see you here tomorrow in the beautiful city of Springfield, Massachusetts for episode 406.